The maid hides the jewelry inside her shoes and puts glue on them to close them. But a little girl sees everything. She quickly runs to her mother and says, "Mom, the maid took your jewelry." The mother gets shocked and asks, "What? What are you saying?" The girl says, "Mom, the maid took the jewelry from your room. I saw it with my own eyes." Just then, the maid comes in and says, "Madam, I finished all the work. I am leaving now." The mother stops her and tells her daughter, "Go to your room." After the girl leaves, the mother says to the maid in a strict voice, "Show me your bag." The maid gets scared and steps back. The mother says, "My daughter said you took things from my room. I will check your bag." The maid says nervously, "No, madam. I didn't take anything. I never touch your things." The mother checks her bag. It is empty. She also checks her pockets. They are empty too. The mother feels embarrassed and says, "Sorry, maybe it was a misunderstanding. I will talk to my daughter." The maid smiles and says, "It's okay, madam. Children make up stories sometimes. And Kate is a very special child. I will miss her. Today is my last day anyway." The mother gets surprised and asks, "What? You're leaving?" The maid says, "Didn't your husband tell you? He said my sick child is alone in the hospital and I live too far, so I should quit the job." The mother feels sad and says, "I understand. A mother does anything for her child." She then goes to her daughter and asks, "Why did you lie?" The girl says, "I didn't lie, Mom." The mother angrily says, "Enough. Come with me and apologize." She takes the girl to the maid. The maid becomes nervous. The mother asks, "Why are you so scared?" The girl quickly says, "Mom, she hid things inside her shoes because she thought." Hearing this, the maid panics and says, "No, madam, I can explain, but not in front of the child." The mother sends the girl to her room. The maid slowly says, "I didn't leave the job. Your husband fired me." The mother asks angrily, "What does that have to do with stealing my things?" The maid starts crying and tells the truth. "Madam, your husband tried to misbehave with me. A few days ago, he came to me, held my arm, and said if I want to keep my job, I must listen to him. He gave me a small dress and told me to wear it. When I refused and said I would tell you, he got angry and said today would be my last day. Madam, my child is in the hospital. I had no other choice, so I stole the jewelry." The mother shouts, "I don't want to hear this about my husband." The maid begs, "Madam, I'm telling the truth." The mother takes out her phone and says, "I'm calling the police." Hearing the word police, the maid quickly opens her shoes and puts the jewelry on the floor. The mother says, "Now nothing can save you from jail." The maid cries, "Madam, trust me. I can expose your husband. I have a plan." Later, the maid goes to the husband and says, "I have agreed to your condition. Please don't fire me." The man becomes happy and says, "Good, now let me show you." He tries to kiss her, but suddenly his wife comes from behind and pushes him away. The husband gets scared and says, "Nothing happened. It's not what you think." The wife shouts, "Stop! I saw everything with my own eyes. A man like you is dangerous." Just then, police sirens are heard. The husband gets frightened and runs away. The mother picks up the jewelry, gives it to the maid and says, "Take this. Use it for your son's treatment."